Sideburns. Sideburns.
Yo, what's the word? 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 Just talking how you talking. Bosses link with bosses before you step in the office. What's the word? 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 Just talking how you talking. Bosses link with bosses before you step in the office. What's the word? What's the word? Oh, I have something to say. Have some words dropping to your light. Hurry underlay. Spill that tea. What you waiting for? We just want the word. Don't tell us nothing crazy that's gonna get up on our nerves. Just chill, relax, live in the moment while we put it on wax. We live on Anchor every Wednesday of the week. So tell your family and friends where you be. Yo, what's the word? 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 Just talking how you talking. Bosses link with bosses before you step in the office. What's the word? 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 Just talking how you talking. Bosses link with bosses before you step in the office. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word?
What's up? This your girl, Kiss D.Jon. You hear me? And we are back for episode 27 of What's the Word? Oh, and I'm being joined by the legendary host, the one, the Mr. Who, Mr. D.Jon.
What is up, what is up, good people? It's your boy D.Jon, of course, and we're back for another week of What's the Word, episode 27. Let's get
27. We're going to talk about what are some toxic red flags that you see trending in relationships around the world? Because it is trending. And you used to believe it's possible. Do you believe, that's what it said. Do you believe it's popular to be in an abusive relationship? And how far you think a person that's toxic can drive you into dark times? Of course, we're going to also talk about what are some weird fetishes you think are toxic. This is brought to you by Yaya, who will shank you if she had to. Because we're going to get to the messy tea, and we're going to talk about Yaya being arrested over the weekend for shanking a bitch because she was losing a fight. Of course, Vanessa and Natalia Bryant talks about Kobe being inducted to the Hall of Fame. And AC Wendy and Nene, I don't know what's going on, but Wendy Williams goes off on Nene Leakes for trying to ambush her. Of course, the good girl, Meg Thee Stallion. I had to do it like that. She got some tea for us. Meg says she speaks on double standards in hip-hop or in rap between men and women. And we're going to talk about some old footage that resurfaced from a member of Destiny Child and a member of 3LW. I got to see what that's talking about. And of course, Jeannie Mai finally got her a man Zingo. And she is engaged to Jeezy, the snowman. Of course, Waka Flocka claims cheating on his wife made her better. See, that's why we got to talk about toxic traits. And of course, we got so much more because this is a whole bunch of tea. It was just so lit.
It seems like we just be adding buku tea every damn week.
What it is,
topics.
So much stuff happened because of Corona what this tea was before Corona. Like, I couldn't even find good tea. All the good tea is being filled while we on lockdown. That's what the thing is. So, without further ado, we're going to get on into it. So, D.Jon, what are some toxic red flags that you are seeing trending in relationships?
Ooh, so I can speak personally for me. I just recently just stopped talking to this guy due to toxic traits. Like, the one thing that really bothers me is when someone tries to put everything on you to make it seem like it's your fault. Like, everything is your fault. You're the reason why we're not together. You're the reason why this happened, X, Y, and Z. Like, for me, that's
narcissism.
Oh yes, he is a narcissistic person at his best. It's just crazy, and it was just like, you get tired of dealing with stuff like that because of the strength of you possibly trying to make it work because of just, I guess, personal things that you might feel about that person. But that one for me would just have to be. That's definitely a big one. A big one right
Narcissism
there.
is definitely a toxic
Making
trait.
it seem like it's your fault. Everything is your fault.
I think a toxic red flag in most relationships right now is definitely narcissistic behaviors, abusive behaviors. What else? The list of red flags, like, it just depends on what the person perceives as a red flag. But if it don't go against what you believe a strong foundation is, then most of the times those reds come out. People who you don't necessarily need to be messing with. I mean,
you could also add egotistic,
oh, yes.
manipulative.
Oh yes,
the list goes on.
So long, I can't even tell you everything. I'm thinking about what could be red flag, and it's like, as soon as you think of something, you think of something else, and you be like, wait, you be all over the place trying to see what else is toxic and red flags. But definitely narcissism, egotistic behavior is definitely something that is a red flag, especially if that narcissist or ego-driven person is a very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? As far as I haven't been in a solid relationship, but I've been around people that have been, and sometimes love can be blind, and you won't see those traits. True, you won't see those traits. And it will leave you blind, and you end up like, wow, like, how did I not see this? Bitch, because the dick was good. Or bitch, because the pussy was tight. You didn't see it. And a lot of people like to say, well, women are more like this and men are more like this. But I don't associate it based off gender. I associate it based off if you are that type. So you could be a male, female, dog, a baby. If you got all these characteristics, you fit in that type. And it don't matter if you're a male or who do it the most. I also want to point out that what is really grinding my gears is that in this day and age, the society, as in our people, everybody around, they like to pit the who did what and who did this, who did that. Like, men do this, right, and women do this, and men ain't shit, and women ain't shit, bitches is hoes, and all that shit.
It goes back to faulting. Like, people are always trying to find fault on the other individual,
and to make it like it's
they
mainly
and they try to mainly make it seem like it's just men that are toxic individuals. But just like you say, toxic people, it doesn't have any gender, it doesn't have any color. Like, if you're toxic, you're toxic. Man, woman, black, white, Asian,
dog,
Puerto Rican,
anything, whatever. If you're toxic,
you're toxic.
Right? So I noticed, like, I just watched a show, like, not a show. This is why I have to block a lot of people out of my life, because some people get on stage, just say the stupidest shit. So a post popped up on my feed and was talking about Adele and her marriage, divorce, I mean. And she was getting divorced, and she was ordered to pay her husband $130 million, I think it is, and she's worth like $40 million. So and the dude who posted it was like, he was making it a joke, like, finally a dude getting, getting revenue from a divorce. But I was saying, that's not funny. You know what I'm saying? That's not something you should be proud of. And I really hate when people are proud of that stuff. When you divorce, and it don't matter whose income is what, when you get the government involved, that's when they decide what you give and get. Instead of just, all right, I'm going to leave, and you take what you came in with, and I'm going to just take what I came in with. You know what I'm saying? And go. Mm-hmm. And it's also different when you have children involved. When children are involved, of course, the female and making more money, of course they're going to award him some, alimony or child, whoever, something to help him stay afloat. Even with the vice versa, a woman, like, if her man is worth $30 million, of course she's going to get at least 20. You know what I'm saying? But to make it like, yeah, hooray for a man getting divorce money, because it's oversaturated and overseeing women getting divorced, getting everything in divorces, right?
But you know why?
That's toxic.
You know why men do that? Because it's so, just like, just reverting back to what I just said not too long ago, it's like they feel like, since it's always been pinpointed on a man being this and being that, it's like when you actually see women being, called out for having these types of traits, it's almost like a hurrah moment. But, like you said, it's not anything to, celebrate or be excited about, because at the end of the day, it's bad either way. So we shouldn't celebrate it.
Right. And to be honest with you, I agree that I don't think he should have got that much, because it's not about the quantum money in your divorce. But I don't think that should be celebrated. Even like when people celebrate women being put on child support, like, just because you never seen it happen don't mean that it happens. It happened a lot. It happens. It's been happening a lot. But because we have a lot of celebrities, a lot of movie stars, a lot of just everyday people put people on child support, of course you only see the male side. Males being put on child support.
Because it's so common for a male to be put on child support versus a woman.
Yeah, and it's also
it happens
common
a lot with women. Right. It happens.
And
also, what happens with a lot of women, like they lose custody of their children, and the male gets sole custody.
True.
So where he makes all of the decisions. He makes the decision on when she gets to see them and things like that. So it happens vice versa all the time. You just don't see it unless
don't see it at all.
You're in that type of environment, that type of work that you do. Then you'll be exposed to when you see things like that. Like me, for example, my work. I see it. I'm seeing more males. Actually the primary caregiver of the child, so where they're making all the decisions for the child. They're enrolling the child in school. They have to make the medical decisions, bring them to the doctor's appointments, bring them to the dentist appointments and things like that. So, I see it, forefront ever since, being in this field of work. And it's, it was mind blowing to see so many, fathers actually primary caregivers. But, being in a world where you're so used to seeing women, providing for their children versus the male counterpart.
Right. And I feel like, in a sense, society has switched. In a sense, now it's like there's a higher rate of ain't shit women than there were. Well, I'm not going to even fucking say that because I know it ain't, because it's probably what and what. Like, but it's just that now, due to mainstream media and everything being put right in front of your face on Twitter, everything, so Facebook, you see it and you get to see it more. But I honestly have seen it evenly, what all across the board. And they said, do you believe it's probably being abusive relationships? I definitely think people are popularizing being in toxic, abusive relationships. Absolutely. And getting back into them. All down my Facebook feed, Keisha, Tyrone, stay beefing, and then they in a family quarantine. Like, how y'all in a family quarantine and y'all been beefing on Twitter?
It's so crazy. It's like you can put out that, you know, this, and I'm not going to just say he, you know, he or she's been doing this, he's been doing this to me, he's been cheating, she's been cheating on me, but you put them out and then they write back the next day or a couple days later. It's like, you're not tired of this situation because it's continuing to happen. So my thing is, with this, I feel like both people are toxic because you're putting up with the situation rather than avoiding and getting yourself out of the situation. You're putting yourself right back in the situation because you're continuing to be with this person versus them hitting on you, verbally abusing you, cheating on you. It's like, it makes no sense.
All over the place. And I don't understand why people like enjoy being it, because it's like, it's common sense at some point in your life. You know what situations you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. And I think for the most part, people are choosing to tolerate it more than to, because I've heard out a lot of people's mouth, they wouldn't, you know the song by, I don't know who's singing, Karen, I forgot her name. Either, I don't know who's singing, I ain't gonna even lie, but I know the lyrics to the song. She was like, I'd rather be alone than be here unhappy, right?
I think that is her.
Karen,
I'm about to tell you right
Karen
now.
White, I think her name is Karen White. She said, I'd rather be alone than be here unhappy, right? And it's like, now it's reversed. Like, people rather be unhappy than be alone. A lot of people, I have
Yep, friends. That's who it is.
Yeah.
It's called I'd Rather Be Alone, yeah. Karen White.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to her, because that was our childhood back in the day. But still, like, people rather be with somebody toxic than to say they don't have nobody.
Yeah, they would rather have somebody knowing that they're going through all of that than to be single. Like, baby, I ain't doing all that.
I wouldn't understand why people would want to be in those toxic. And then people also, I had somebody tell me that my standards was too high, but if it's my standards, then it's not high. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I choose not to deal with something, why would I?
That's your choice, right?
Why would I
deal with it? You don't want to deal with it.
I don't waste my time, but a lot of people nowadays like to have their time wasted. But we're gonna talk. I got a feature artist when we come back and giving y'all that message tea. Here's one from Rizzle 900, Get Away. Shout out to him because he just dropped a tape called Soul Food Feed Up. And, you know, go check this dope song by Rizzle 900. Be right.
If I take off in the lip, I'ma pull up with a lid. Sipping the finest wine, she rolling up my sativa. Rolling through the city, out through the block, be hot as a fever. This shit I'm scoping, be motivation for dope through your speakers. I need a getaway, a touchdown, and do we pick a play? Smoke flowing, bottles popping, it's the confetti lay. Master plan for the master plan every day. Mastermind, I got a mastermind in every way. Catching my blessings like most, paying the cost to be bold. Young lion at heart, live from the jungle, straight from the heart. Mind, body, soul intact. Dope groove with facts. And I'm talking bolo, make them run it back. 9,000 miles and running, like the running back. Mission motivated quarterback, dodging all the sacks. Basquiat with the artifacts, lyrical cardiac. Lost beat, that shit damn negate a fam, my heart attack. I need to get away, a touchdown until we pick a play. Smoke flowing, bottles popping, it's the confetti lay. Masterminds, master planning, grinding every day while trying to make a way. I need to get away, a touchdown until we pick a play. Smoke flowing, bottles popping, it's the confetti lay. Masterminds, master planning, grinding every day while trying to make a way. I need to get away. All I got left is a blunt and some residue. And a little time, I might fit you in my schedule. Look at what you trying to do. Say something, give me the word, we could roll about 8 something. Matter of fact, make it 9. I got caught up on the grind. You know how the money call, that might happen every time. You know how your honey call, I can't keep off my line. But I've been dreaming about success, I just can't keep it off my mind. 900 running the race, me and mine first place. Knock this bitch out the park, no need for the first base. She said she fell in love right after the first taste. So I scored the touchdown right after the first play. Hey, babe, where you been? I've been looking for you. You know I'm a chef up in the kitchen, I be cooking for you. You know I'm a chef up in the lab, I be cooking niggas. The flow been dope back when I was a rookie. I need to get away, a touchdown until we pick a play. Smoke flowing, bottles popping, it's the confetti lay. Masterminds, master planning, grinding every day while trying to make a way. I need to get away, a touchdown until we pick a play. Smoke flowing, bottles popping, it's the confetti lay. Masterminds, master planning, grinding every day while trying to make a way. I need to get away, get away. Wisdom 900, mission motivated music. Take off. Nola Rowe on the track. Jonty on the board. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And that one was from Rizzo 900. I hope you enjoyed that one. So we were talking about toxic traits and red flags. So we left off with talking about what do you believe it's popular being in a toxic relationship? So let's go on down to how far you think a person that's toxic can drive you into dark times. I think a person that's toxic could really drive you into dark times, like Tina Turner. Who else? Tina Turner is
Michelle and Dr. Dre.
Bitch, like she was getting Michelle and Suge. Like she got 2 baby daddies that was toxic, and it was just hard. You could get drove into a toxic place. Tina almost killed herself. They both almost killed themselves.
Right. I honestly think they'll go as far as you let them. If you continue to stay in that situation, they are going to continue to drive you insane.
Yes, because it's more of a game to the person that's, you know what I'm saying, that's the toxic one. I know a chick that literally got shot and killed by her baby daddy. I don't think she had children with him. Her boyfriend, I'm gonna just say her boyfriend.
I said, you better get this girl children.
Got shot by her baby daddy over a movie, like an argument over a movie. Shot her and killed her.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And that
and she was actually, I think she did have children.
Oh, okay.
And the friend was actually the one that survived, and she had to testify.
Wow.
And stuff like that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But just with that, like, I think it also you also have, this person could be so toxic that you can be you will be afraid to leave. Like, we can always say, like, people should know better, but I think people with kind hearts always tend to see the good in people, and people who think they could fix people always see the good in people, and people who just can see people, you know what I'm referring to, men and women like that, they think they can, handle this person or change this person from being who they are, and they get in a relationship and you getting iked the fuck up, you know what I'm saying?
But see, my thing is, what do you do in those situations? Just like you say, when it's hard for you to walk away, when you're scared, what are you supposed to do? You're just supposed to stay there and, accept the abuse, or
ask for help at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I think another toxic trait, and I'm going ahead and add this, people do not know how to ask for help when they need it.
Right.
And that's a very toxic trait.
Or they wait until the very last minute, and it's practically
like
too late.
Like, people physically know they're going through stuff, and they will literally, their pride would tell them, like we said, egos. Pride would tell them, you know what? At least I'm still standing. Now he, at least he paid the car note. At least she, could take care of me and the kids and stuff like that. So people just settle for that. But in reality, it's not helping the situation, especially when kids are involved. So a person that drives you to that toxic place, the number one thing, and a word of advice from what's the word? You hear me? Ask for help. Don't never be afraid to go to somebody and tell them what's going on, because you never know. You might have a shooter in your family that's willing to ride for you and just
or if you
want to
take the right way out, call 911.
Call 911.
So that means your family member won't have to go to jail and stuff like. Call 911.
I go straight for the me call my uncle.
Listen,
knock you the fuck out.
Listen to D.Jon. Go do the right thing and call 911, baby, and get out of that situation.
If listening to D.Jon doesn't work, I'm just saying, because you can also call the police. And they have instances, because when I was in school, I majored in criminal justice. Shout out to Delgado Community College. I took criminal justice, and I took a lot of sociology classes and stuff like that. And being in criminal justice, I took like a lot of stuff related to like the judicial system and criminal court cases and stuff like that. And I actually interned at a law firm before I graduated. And I got a lot of, like, people, you can call the police, but the police can only do so much at times.
But see, my thing is with that too, when you do that, I honestly believe you should get out of the situation once you call. Don't go back. That be the thing that make you look crazy when you call the police. But then you go back into the situation, and it's like, damn, like, what did you do all of that for when you basically, you just went right back to the situation when that was your opportunity to get out of it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I also want to add, there's people that do get out of it, and that person is so toxic and have you in this dark place hole. That's what I was getting to when I was saying, like, when I was doing my internship, they had this lady or this man basically that literally murdered his ex-wife just because he couldn't be with her. And like, she had moved away, and he stalked her and found her and had the nerve to seek our counsel at our law firm. And I was like,
what?
You can't get out of this. Like, but everybody is, have their justice. They do justice. So you have to, put, even when it's stuff like that. But
that's why I feel like you should always watch how a person moves, especially when you first start talking to them. Because trust me, people are going to show you who they are. It doesn't matter. I hate when people say, well, I didn't know they was like baby. They were showing you, even if it was a minor, a little small thing, they were showing you who they were in that instant. So you should have just been like, you know what, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I ain't even about to deal with this person on a serious level. We're not even about to get to nothing serious. No more dates, no more sex, no more talking, no more texting, nothing. Like, no.
Period. But like I said, you can't get out of that. And that person is, when he is like that stalkerish, I that's what I said. If D.Jon advice don't work, use Auntie Kiss advice and just let your uncle take his. I'm telling you, everybody have that one uncle or cousin or somebody in their family that's willing to do for whatever, even if it's with firearms or getting your ass beat. Because R.I.P. to my cousin Derek. My cousin Derek, he was our Black Rambo. Like, he didn't give no fucks, you hear me? Like, when my auntie got shot, this man got on his motorbike with grenades, handguns, and everything. He was riding down the city. He was riding around the city of New Orleans looking for him. Shout out to I love you and R.I.P. to my cousin D, because he was down for whatever. He did not care. He was gonna find out who shot my auntie, because it was like a robbery. Like, they was trying to rob her, and she got shot in the midst of it. But still, he was like, nah, that. And
he was not before, like,
he was down for whatever.
Baby, I have
he did not find that person, because I think it would have been a man on terrorism charges after he blew up several homes. Like, that would have just been on the news. I think we all have one family member or two that will go the extra mile to make sure that nobody is fucking with their family. They is down, okay? But yeah, like I said, if advice one don't work, advice two is always good. And I'm just
but always just watch those people at the beginning. Always have your guard up. Make sure that you're watching. And gentlemen, make sure that you are watching yourself. No, it don't even. Early. No, it don't have nothing to do with that. That's how some of them boys get crazy. They get that good. They already be we about to no. No. What we not about to do is we not about to blame that on some good punana.
I'm telling you, that's one of the That's one of the reasons.
Niggas that claim they get crazy after getting some good pussy or whatever the case is. 9 times out of 10, them niggas already crazy or good pina. They already crazy or getting good booty holes. They already crazy from Jump Street. I don't hear none about because they got some good. No, nothing that good make you go crazy like that.
You
period.
Would be surprised.
You're already crazy, my nigga. Period.
R. Kelly in jail for this right now. I'm telling you, he went crazy.
Because he's a pervert.
That's why
likes younger women.
That's what we're getting to with before we close out this whole segment. What are some weird fetishes you think are toxic? And that is definitely one of them.
That is definitely one. Men, is nasty.
Older men looking for younger women.
Younger women.
And then older women looking for younger men. Like,
That is so horrible.
Like, they had this man, he had to be in his 40s. And I remember this vividly because this was pre-Katrina. You know how New Orleans people don't say after Katrina. Before Katrina, we don't give dates. We just say either before Katrina
or after.
So this was before Katrina, when the Walmart right there on Sawyers Road was right there and everything. And I had to be like a teenager, like early teens, probably 13, 14. And this man walked up to me and was like, and I had my cousin with me. He was like, "Ooh, that's your baby?" And I'm like, what? He was like, I was like, who? Like, who?
Who are you talking to?
Like, yeah. He was like, then he was like, how old are you with this baby? Like, he trying to fill the waters. Like,
he had to make sure before he proceeded.
But still, it's just like, you know, I know girls develop early and quick. And so do some boys, because I could tell you right now, this new age of boys, these little young boys now,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what water they drinking or something, but they look 30.
What's in the Similac that they gave him?
They look 30, okay?
Child, I be like, how old are you? Oh, never mind.
18, looking like he my age. And I think it's hard for me because I still look young too, shit. And I be like, boy, what?
But no, like they be looking like grown men. And I be like, what the hell? Like,
and they be
we did not look
20.
like that when we was 18. We actually look like teenagers.
Crackheads.
They are looking.
We were so smaller. We look like crackheads.
Not crackheads.
We look like
But they look like adults. They don't look like children anymore. Children don't look like children anymore.
Don't. And I don't know what's in the atmosphere getting these children these hormones. But yeah, that is definitely one weird fetish that's going on. Another weird fetish I'll say is internet relationships. Shout out to the show Catfish.
You think that's
like it's getting out of hand? I've been watching the show Catfish lately.
Oh, you're talking about in that? Yeah, you're talking about in that instance.
In that instance, I'm not talking about going on Christian Mingle and all that. No, I'm talking about people getting in chat rooms and stuff, finding people. Not even just chat rooms, but they have like online games where you could be an avatar now, and it's like a lot of people mask behind that. Some for fun, some for serious.
Some people be really into stuff,
it, and like it's one thing to just be into it and just you there and this don't consume your life, but then these people on Catfish, like bitch, how y'all? Some of these people be getting catfish. I'm like, how y'all FaceTime? But that wasn't the person. Like, who's going to this extreme to match?
You would be surprised.
This one dude on the episode, he was like, he pretended to be somebody else and then gonna say it was his brother, and his brother got children, and it's like he could have messed up his brother marriage, trying to say, oh, it was my brother playing around, and he was like, the brother came on the show and was like, I gotta come clean. It's been my brother, and he know you, and you know him. And I was like, wow. But they do have, even though it's a weird fetish, it still can turn out to be good, because on the episode of that show, they had this young couple that was on there, and he actually ended up being who he said he was. He just that he was just so nervous to actually, meet her, because he didn't want. Both of them been in, toxic relationships, and getting out of those toxic relationships, you can be skeptical of people when you're trying to swim the water.
Yeah, you be scared. You're damaged. When you're in situations like that, you become damaged, especially if it's like a tough one. Especially
when he or she been beating your ass, or just abusing you, period, financially, mentally, and physically. But he actually, when she finally met him, and he was like, I know that I should have been more honest about, because every time they try to meet up, he like had an excuse. So she was starting to think he wasn't who he was.
Right.
But he just said he was just afraid that she wasn't who she was. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up both being afraid that they wasn't who they were, and then come out, boom, they fell in love and everything. He kissed her on the show. I was like, wow, that's cute. But it's weird, because like, if you can get on the internet and talk to somebody for a long periodically time, you could go see them. Period. You could go meet up with them, especially if they're in your city. Like, I think right now in society, we because of the advancement of technology, we have a disconnect on how to communicate and
absolutely
and put out what we really mean. And I could be honest, I suffer from that, especially with me being who I am, prestigious and as a queen. I have my standards, and sometimes I don't know how to communicate certain things. And I'm gonna be a real one and tell you I don't. Sometimes my uncle and this is why I pay attention to the elders, because they be saying stuff that they be saying, it really be true. My uncle told me, he was like, girl, it's gonna take a strong somebody to handle you. And I'm 29 years old to finally realize what he meant. And yeah, it is, because the person that I am a damn good person. You know what I'm saying? And also with life, I've dealt with death, disappointment and all that. So that adds on to if a person is going to be, protective of their own heart, especially when you're trying to get into a relationship, you're not going to want to get into nothing serious when you protected your heart for so long. So it's going to take a strong somebody to break down walls that created throughout just life situations and just reality, you know what I'm saying, of just being human, you know what I'm saying? So definitely. But
then again, with that too, you also have to be willing to let those walls come down as well. That person shouldn't have to work.
I think it's everything
the entire whole time.
I think it's more of like, you're gonna have to put in all of the work if you want a relationship to stand strong. But if you know you're not going to let somebody break you, because they got a lot of hard up women, and don't get me wrong, like, I see why a lot of dudes be venting on Facebook, because they've been hurt. Like we always said, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And, but also just switching to both genders, like, it's the same either way. And either way you look at it, it's just going to be, when hurt people,
are you gonna boss up and move on?
Yeah, you're not gonna stay in one in your past. Same for men.
Cause just like you was about to say, if you know that you're not gonna let down those walls, then why even attempt to be in a relationship or pursue a relationship? Because you know you're going to.
I'm glad you were here.
You're gonna stand on. You're gonna stand on what you believe anyway, and you're only just basically wasting your time and the other person's time. So it makes no sense.
Like,
I think you should really fully do it when you know that you're really truly ready to be in a relationship.
And I also want to point that when you do get in those types of relations, this is another toxic trait. People like that waste people's time. That is another type of trait, especially wasting good people's time. Good people can only take so much, you know what I'm saying? So when you done broke this person down, they're going to build walls for the next person, and they're going to be skeptical. So you gotta, if you know you fuck the person, don't try to lean this person and make him feel or make her feel like she owe you something because this what you have, or this what you could contribute to them. If you're gonna be toxic, just be a hoe, get on internet dating sites and look up, go on Craigslist and get your fix. Like, just do that, but don't mess up good people, because when you do, it's hard for good people to understand what love is, because you just disrupted what they thought to be true. And then also, not only that, you turn them into people that just don't give a fuck, and you create another you. So if you're ain't shit nigga that's gonna give it to somebody good, please give it to somebody that is just as toxic as you are. But
no, the moral of the story is stop being fucking toxic on both ends. The shit needs to end.
Like the Honorable Britney Spears once said. The toxic song. I thought you was gonna hit the.
Oh, girl, I didn't know. I was waiting for you to see what the hell you was about to say.
Right? Like people are toxic.
You're toxic, tongue slipping up. The taste of a poison paradise.
Yes.
I'm addicted to you because you know that you're toxic.
And you know you're toxic. Don't give me that good junk. Leave me alone. Especially. But we could go on and on about this. But before we get to the tea, we got another song by Rizzo 900. This is lately featuring Joanti. I hope I said that right. Hold on. We got all SET because this show was sponsored by Yaya Mayweather. If I have to shake a bitch when I'm losing, I will have to do that. And Vanessa Bryant and Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame induction, and Wendy Williams got some. We got some Meg Thee Stallion. We got some Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, and the list go on. Cause like I said, D.Jon said I be putting a whole bunch of tea, but tea was hot cause of this coronavirus.
You do.
And everybody's stuck doing shit. You know, domestic violence has skyrocketed because of this virus, and that's why I wanted to talk about this. So when we come back.
Because everybody is stuck inside together. My neighbors were fussing like a couple days ago. Hard down fussing.
And it's a shame. And this is all due to a damn virus. Goddamn. But let's vibe and jam to Lately from Rizzo 900. You ain't me.
Rizzo 900. I've been on a mission grinding, focused on the fortune telling, manifesting my blessings on her. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 6 in the morning, I'm up, master planning, rolling up. Cloud surfing, bro, just hit my line, he said he rolling up. Money talking about when them dollars start folding up. Dope as fuck, fresh out the pot, minus the soda cut. Riding through the city, gotta play the rear views. These niggas snakes, I see the plate, got clear views. Eyes on the prize, vision nowhere near you. This that mission motivated sound, I can't hear you. I see it through colossal vision. Talk my shit, but I'm no politician. No more losses, I've been dreaming about a lot of winning. Us against the world, the oppressors in the opposition. Put your shit out commission, life is what you make it. I refuse to fake it. Upper echelon, but they be trying to play us basic. I got success in the scope and I just bought a pair of Asics. 9,000 miles and running, gunning out this matrix. I've been on a mission grinding. Focused on the fortune telling. Manifesting my blessings on it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I've been on the mission grinding. Focused on the fortune telling. Manifesting my blessings on it. Daily, baby. Family oriented like we Oriental. And his members only keep it confidential. See resilience every day, look what my people been through. We been down too long, kill yourself if they come up offend you. In my city we see murder, no limit to pain. The hood's dark, the blocks hot, they blood stained. Another one slain, how we gonna escape the pain? Mentally shit fucked up, guess that's just part of the game. We born to lose, so a few of mine send a win. Diamond in the rough, bitch, I been a gym. Grant me the serenity, everything else will fall in place. Fell in love with success before I ever had a taste. I'ma need a few plates on my plate. Gorillas starving in the jungle, that steaks for the apes. The kingdom against the world, got my mind running. King Kong, King Rizzo, 00900. I've been on a mission grinding. Focused on the fortune telling. Manifesting my blessings on it. Let's go. been on a mission grinding daily, focused on the fortune telling daily, manifesting my blessings on the daily, baby, lately.
And we're back. I hope you like that. I hope you like that joint. That joint was fire. You hear me? Without further ado, D.Jon, let's talk about Yaya Mayweather and arrest Yaya Mayweather arrested allegedly stabbing, not allegedly because we all know she did, stabbing another woman over NBA Youngboy. This has to be by far to me the most toxic relationship I've seen. Like, fuck Love and Hip Hop, the show. This is real, true Love and Hip Hop. Like, why is Mona Scott worrying about a stage when she could really be recording these people's lives in real time? Like, fuck a script.
Because she don't want real reality. She want to create fake reality. Yeah, like what was on yesterday? College Hill. College Hill was on yesterday. They had a whole marathon. And me and my friend was talking, and we was like this was real reality TV. Like, these children were not young children, adults. But these young adults was actually on a show. They weren't getting paid. It was an experience like Real World that too. Real World. It was an experience. That was reality TV. Reality TV has lost its niche. It's not reality TV. It's fucking scripted TV shit. They got everybody
fighting their sisters and smacking the shit out of them. But let's get some Yaya Mayweather said, bitch, if I gotta shank you when I'm losing, hey, all shanks on deck. D.Jon.
Then guess what? Her ass gonna be sitting in jail.
Take it away.
So this comes from the saga between NBA Youngboy and Yaya Mayweather continues. This time around, she has been arrested for allegedly stabbing one of NBA Youngboy's other women. According to TMZ, Yaya was arrested at 1:30 a.m. Saturday for felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police sources told the site that the alleged victim, who was identified as Miss Jacobs, because I'm not about to attempt to say this girl's name, was a young boy's home in Houston when Yaya walked in. Yaya reportedly told the other woman that she was his fiancée and that she needed to leave. Eventually, the two got into an argument that moved to the kitchen, and Yaya allegedly ended up with two knives. Sources say Miss Jacobs stepped towards Yaya, and Yaya allegedly charged her with both knives. When authorities arrived at the scene, the victim was reportedly laying on the floor and transported to the hospital. TMZ obtained footage of Youngboy being temporarily handcuffed, which was more than likely a precautionary measure before he was released. Yaya reportedly told the police that Miss Jacobs started the altercation by pulling her hair while they were outside the home and then running into the kitchen where things took place. Yaya claims she never met the other young woman before. This is not the first time Yaya has gotten into it when it comes to Youngboy. Back in February, we exclusively reported about a fight that took place between Yaya and another young woman, which took place outside of a Dallas hotel. At the moment, Floyd Mayweather has not spoken out about his daughter's arrest, while we'll continue to keep you updated. And that, my friends, that is toxic.
To the core.
Trait.
And that is definitely tainted love. Like I don't know what that is.
Sorry,
right now.
I would.
You talking about my wife?
I would
you
never
about
let.
Her right here?
I would never let a man get me to that point to where I want to lay hands on someone else. Like, at this point, girl, you can have him. If he got you laid up like this, and this is not the first time. And this is not the first time you didn't had a fight due to other women. Like, he's clearly playing with you and you're allowing it because you're continuing to be with him. They say he was on live like a couple of days ago,
Who?
and guess who there? She
Wow.
right there standing next to him
Oh
on the
yeah,
live video
yeah,
while
yeah.
he's
When he
going
was
off,
going,
talking shit
he was
about her
going on. He
daddy
was going
and
him.
stuff like that. And you standing there letting this man disrespect you. Yeah, he's disrespecting you because he's talking about your parent. Like, I just don't get these girls sometimes.
Like the legendary
dog, like, it
Queen
is so
said,
stupid.
"Love is blind, and it will take over
Fuck,
your
it ain't got
mind."
nothing,
For
man.
real, some people
At the end,
let
that
it.
shit, to me, that is not love.
If you think it's love,
I'm
it's
sorry, that
truly
is
not. You need
not
to
love.
elevate and find, like Eve.
She needs to elevate and find, because my thing is, you didn't stab this girl. I didn't hear allegedly that the girl was pregnant and that the baby died. Yes, but this is allegedly.
We gotta
so we don't
get
know
the
how
facts
true
on
this
that.
is. This is just this is just what I heard. But my thing is, you could possibly be facing jail time because you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you didn't kill a human life, an unborn life. And then this girl, they say she's still in critical condition, Miss Jacobs. So it's like, bitch,
What if
you about to go to jail?
What if
you
it was like?
You fighting over this ugly ass nigga. He is ugly. He look fucking retarded, but you fighting over that. Girl, please, girl, bye.
I think like it was most so probably like when you are at that period of your, and I'm only talking about people at this in the music industry. This don't reflect on other people outside of this. But when you are young like he is, and you got a lot of yes people and girls throwing themselves at you, you always get the crazy ones. I mean, didn't Ray Charles almost get beat up with one of his wives or something, killed themselves because they couldn't be with him and stuff like that? It goes to that extreme.
Yeah, it goes to the extreme. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like it has nothing to do with age or whatever the case is, because
you could be old.
It's just like everybody. Yeah, you could be old and you could be doing stuff like that. So that's girl, whatever. Like
it's a toxic relationship. Get out while you can.
Yes, she toxic. He toxic. It's too late for her to get out because now she's about to suffer the consequences for her actions.
Her daddy might step in and help her sooner or later. We'll never know. Find out in the next episode.
Still, like, you never know how the situation. You know how they do. They love making examples out of
especially celebrity kids.
So her ass could be one of the examples, and she's gonna be sent behind bars.
Free Yaya Mayweather
because she won't fight over the dick.
Crazy.
Okay, word. All this dick out here, and you run about that dick.
But period. Vanessa and Natalia Bryant talks about Kobe Bryant introduction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Before all the people who was like, why y'all didn't give it to him when he was alive? Shut the fuck up. Because it's not for that. It's not for that. He would have eventually got it if he was in his life.
I was about to say eventually they would have done it anyway. It just so happened that
anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because all the good work he did in basketball, why not give it to him now that he's gone? Still give it to him, so the legacy of his name still lives. So before you be like, why he didn't get his roses while he was here, shut the fuck up. But go ahead, DJ.
But it has been a little over 2 months since the tragic passing of the legendary Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianni, and the 7 other beautiful souls that lost their lives in a helicopter accident. Kobe's legacy and his contributions to basketball have never gone unnoticed, which is why it was no surprise that he would receive an election to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. On Saturday, his wife Vanessa Bryant and their eldest daughter Natalia talked with ESPN's Reese Davis about the special moment that celebrates Kobe's legend. Said it's an incredible accomplishment and we're extremely proud of him. Every accomplishment that he had as an athlete was a stepping stone to be here. She continued, obviously, we wish that he was here with us to celebrate. We're incredibly proud of him, and there's some solace in knowing that he was probably going to be a part of the 2020 Hall of Fame class. This was Kobe's first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame. Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Lakers, said in a statement, no amount of words can fully describe what Kobe Bryant meant to the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe was not only a proven winner and a champion, he gave everything he had to the game of basketball. His fierce competitiveness, work ethic, and drive were unmatched. Those qualities helped Kobe lead us to 5 titles and have now brought him to the Hall of Fame, where he will be enshrined with the greatest to have ever played the game. No one deserves it more. So,
and I don't think nobody else deserves it more than him.
Absolutely not. And of course, we will continue to keep that family in our prayers.
In our deepest condolences, because it was literally like I felt like I lost a family member that day. Like I pretty much believe everybody felt that way, even though they never knew him. Like, so just for him to get this honor while his remaining family members get to embrace and people still loving him and showing them why he was a good man and what he really stand for. It just, out of all the bullshit that's going on in the world, that warms my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because with this coronavirus, people dying left and right. Somebody got to get something good happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Or just embrace something good and positive. Because Auntie William goes on, Wendy goes off on Nene from trying to ambush her. D.Jon spilled the tea from the messy shade.
Wendy Williams and Nene Leakes are the besties we live for, but it looks like they're having a little issue at the moment. Wendy is now going live for the Wendy Show from her home. About fucking time. And had plenty of, for real, because it's been like everybody at The View been doing live shows from their house.
Episodes.
She been the only one that's been, they've been showing damn reruns. Like, girl, please.
If you don't get a camera.
Right. So,
but don't she like live in Jersey and they probably have to set her up?
Ever since her and Kevin divorced, she lives in she has an apartment in New York now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she don't live in Jersey.
So about time.
So now she actually live in New York now. But now she's doing a show at her home and had plenty of tea to spill about the weekend she had after a spat with Nene. Wendy says she is not feeling Nene after she tried to ambush her, quote unquote, and trick her into appearing on Real Housewives of Atlanta yet again. Here's where the ambush comes in. Now, if you guys don't remember, I think it was this past season, Wendy called Nene, and Wendy appeared on that, but Wendy didn't know that she was going to, that phone call was going to be on the show. So that's what they're talking about again. This is not the first time that this has happened. So Wendy says, Wendy, look, she was in hair and makeup and wardrobe with all her people. She said, we're filming and I want you to be on speaker. I said, Nene, I did that for you one time you asked me to. Wendy continued saying, and I made it very clear I am not a housewife. Sorry, my career is a bit different than being a housewife. I don't need that kind of attention. And then I hung up on her. Wendy goes on to express her frustrations with Nene, saying she's built her career over the years and says there's a difference between what she and Nene do for a living. I know I
True.
make this look easy, and I know I have my ratchet ways, she says. But the fact is, I've worked 35 years of my life to sit here for 11 seasons at this. It's a full motion picture behind the scenes. I'm not slumming by being some add on out of a suitcase for some housewives. Do y'all think they'll be able to work things out? So
I think
let
they
us
would.
know. I really would. I think they will too. I think it was just a minor spat.
Yeah.
I
Friends do that
honestly
a lot.
think Nene needs to understand that
Wendy
Wendy,
is Oprah. She can't be on
yeah,
Housewives.
she
She is
cannot like
Oprah
right.
to the Housewives. She can't. That's like calling Oprah and saying, "Oh, girl, let me put you on speakerphone." You know what I'm saying? You know you can't put Oprah Winfrey on no fucking speakerphone. You'll be getting your ass sued. Saying. So come on, Nene. You know she not a housewife, and she's think about her and her fans and how her fans will feel if she some mess on the show. You know what I'm saying? So she have to take that in consideration. She have to think about those things in her life. So she can't just jump and be on the show and be into mess that could possibly lead to her ratings being messed up. Think
Right.
about when Nene my she's also a brand. So
Right.
she can't be just like, oh, let me go on a Housewives, because no, it would literally mess up her show. People, no telling who y'all beefing with over there. Producers might not want to work with her. But also I think that it can go the opposite way too. It could work to where you might be on Wendy Williams, on network. You got your own
And it's
network.
right. And it's not like she hasn't appeared on Wendy Williams show before, but as a guest, like you're a guest, like don't try to call me or whatever the case is and make it seem like we're friends,
Unless
yeah, we
they've
could
been
possibly be
friends.
friends, but it's more so like a working relationship
Right.
type thing. Like we're
Like,
not
we're
besties or
colleagues.
anything like that. Yeah, like
Unless they've been hanging out like that. So you never
they
know.
probably,
We don't know.
but Wendy been on this whole kick ever since her and Kevin divorced. So it's like she just found this newfound freedom, and she's just hanging out with
She just
literally
hanging out
everybody.
her own. Yeah, she is like,
so it's like
she is hot girl summer. Period.
I think people mistake that for them being best friends, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're best friends because they may hang out sometime or talk on the phone from time to time. Like that don't mean it. Like best friendships, that comes with more work than just knowing each other. Talking to each other sometime.
Right. But let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion, since we're talking about all of this drama going on. But in the entertainment world, Meg Thee Stallion speaks on the double standards between women and men rappers. D.Jon, take it away.
So Meg Thee Stallion blew up last year and has been taking the rap game by force ever since. Despite the success of her music and her big personality that people love, she knows that the double standard between male and female rappers still exists. In an interview with Marie Carly magazine, Meg talks about all of the progress that has been made for female rappers, but says all of the progress hasn't stopped people from criticizing her bars. She says people accuse her of being too sexual and too explicit, while some of these men get by being mediocre. A man can be as mediocre as he wants to, but still praise, she says. A man can talk about how he's about to do all of these drugs and then come shoot your house up, but as soon as I say something about my vagina, it's the end of the world. And while it seems like a surface level issue of wanting women to be more modest and rap about things other than sex, Megan says the issue is a lot deeper than that. In fact, she says men are afraid of women being powerful. It's something deeper, she says, not only I am rapping about sex, I'm rapping about you making me feel good. I'm not tapping about licking on you. No, you're going to do what I do. Well, you're going to do what I told.
What
You're
I
going to do
told you.
what I told you to do. And I feel like sometimes that can be a little intimidating. Sometimes it's overwhelming to men. They can't handle it. They get a little shocked. They get a little scared. But I'm not going nowhere. So get used to it. And while she
Period.
has the influence, Megan says she's going to ride for all of the powerful women out there and continue to make her mark on the world. I know that women are powerful. I know that we are out here birthing people. I know that we are out here running shit. So I can't be mad at you for thinking that we should be held to a high standard, she says. We're the ultimate beings. We are the superior beings.
Period.
So I agree with Megan.
I agree too. And this not on some women empowerment type thing.
It was just like the double standard between female and male rap will forever live. Like it will never die. Like I hate the fact that they think it's okay, for males
Juvenile
to
have a
talk
song
about
backing that ass up.
The Baby says in multiple songs about a woman sucking his dick and swallowing his nut. So my thing is,
men
why
refer
can't she
to
talk
guns
about
as dicks? Like,
why
how am I
can't
supposed
she
to know?
talk about
What's the difference?
why
He's trying to shoot me.
Why can't she talk about somebody pleasing her, eating her cat,
or
sitting on somebody's face?
I also think that her lyrics are very true. Like her metaphors and lyrics that she talk about in her song. I was listening to one of her from her latest album, and the song I'd rather be a BEITCH, because that's what you're gonna call me when I'm tripping
right.
Anyway. If that line right there is not true, the only people that's really mad is the people who call I'm about to say bitches. My bad, queens. It's the niggas that call females bitches when they mad. Like, cause they know it gets under their skin. So what she was saying was true. So how can her lyrics not be authentic hip hop lyrics? I mean, Lil Kim talked about her pussy and all that, and Notorious B.I.G. was like, yeah, she cold. I think the mindset of women and men throughout our hip hop as it transitioned, like she said, they can be as mediocre as they want and still get a pass. But here I go talk about my pussy, or talking about how I'm gonna make you, how I'm gonna, show you how I really can be. Like, I feel like how, and it's before people like that, it's not like that. It's true. Like, I see it every day on my timeline when dudes really posting about Meg Thee Stallion music being trash. Yeah, you can have your own opinion about her lyrics. You might not relate to them, but if it don't relate to you, then
just move on.
Move
Press
on.
through.
Like, but these same dudes listen to dudes that talk about busing. They not only do men in lyrics call women bitches throughout their whole albums and mixtapes, they also talk about how they gonna beat their guts up. Like, if and how they go.
But it's not just the men. It's just not men that's bashing her. It's women also.
It's
everybody bashing
doing
her.
it, but I'm saying that's where the double standards come from. Like, dudes can say all of that on their lyrics and win Best Album of the Year, but the minute she win the award for Best Album of the Year, for her same lines, they literally have critics that be like, she shouldn't deserve it. Why? She basically talking about the same thing all of the other men are saying, just in her own point of view. So
at the end of the day, people need to stop holding people at a standard because of gender.
Exactly.
Like, you should be held at a standard no matter what the case is. It doesn't matter just because she's a woman, she's supposed to hold herself to a different type of standard.
Right.
Of course, we don't know her personally to know, how she carries herself. I'm pretty sure that she carries herself very well.
And she does. You can see she's in
rapping.
She's in school getting her education. Right.
She is rapping. Like, she is being a rapper. That's what rappers do. But they rap about their experiences.
I think that it just gets to some of these because some of these rap lyrics be true to some people. But we're going to take a quick break and give y'all another one from Rizzle 900, our featured artist. Go get his music. Shout out to him for this dope mixtape, dope album, I would say. It was, it's all over the place. Spotify, Anchor. I'm not Anchor. Well, now it is because it's featured on the show. But everywhere. Go and listen to Rizzle 900. And this one is Diamond. And we'll come back. We're going to give y'all more tea about 3LW and one of these Destiny Child members start spilling some kind of tea. Jeannie Mai and Waka Flocka and Ari Lenox, and just a whole bunch of tea. So we're going to give y'all this one from Rizzle 900.
Too much damn tea.
Too much for the tea. But here's Rizzle 900. Hope you enjoy.
OJ with his respect on the line. Hold it down, I got a lot on the line. Hold on, I got some guap on the line. I'm a king, I had to crown myself. Shit deep down to drown myself, but I'm up now. Cloud 900, 009. Dope float dumping and I can't stop. Won't stop till we all elevating on top. They like, don't stop, keep going. It's in me, so I gotta keep flying. I'm trying to motivate the world to hungry. You can't stop the rain when it's pouring. We trying to kill a game and bless is pouring. Wake up overseas and pull off in safari. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown Diamond in the rough, I found myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to. Diamond in the rough, I found myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to. I need a P for the pain. My roller O trying to remain sane. Sipping crumb, my shoulder tip the champagne. Got a bag in the scope, I'm working on my aim. On the way to the rain, the way they hit is the same. The bitch go get you some game. I got some shit on my chest, I got some ice in my heart. Too much on my brain. Things changing and never be the same. Let bro left on top so this way it remain. Big facts, bitch remember the name. Big Rex used to be scraping up change. Big B's buzzing all in your brain. Big B's buzzing all in your brain. Push your P's in the sky, switch your lane. Push your P's in the sky, getting brains. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to crown Diamond in the rough, I found myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to. Diamond in the rough, I found myself. Diamond in the rough, I found myself underground. King, I had to.
Thank you, Mr. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that one. That one was from Rizzle 900, Diamond, D.Jon. 3LW, a 3LW member and a Destiny Child member talking about the toxic relationships they had back in the day. Uh, Old footage surfaces of former members of the group. So spill the tea.
So the internet is going nuts after old footage has resurfaced of former 3LW member Keely Williams and former Destiny's Child member Farrah Franklin verbally dragging each other as they attempted to list off the credentials of their respective resumes. Keely Williams is having a pretty busy week as her name has been in the headlines recently due to her recent Instagram live where she rehaps past drama with her former group 3LW. This is likely why someone decided to score the internet for the old footage of a super shady exchange between Keely and ex-Destiny's Child member Farrah Franklin. The drama starts off with Keely telling Farrah, "I've been in 2 multi-platinum successful groups and they weren't disbanded." To which Franklin hits back with, "And I've been in the biggest one and you're still the other." Keely keeps the shade going when she says, I know, but you weren't in it." Farrah reminds Keely of her stats when she told her, "I was in it. I sold 19 million albums off Say My Name." However, Keely went for the jugular when she implied that although Farrah may have been in the group, she didn't actually sing anything. She said, "Did you?" I mean, if we want to be honest, she didn't. It was still LaToya and Latavia's voiceover. She was just in the damn group in the music video posing and lip syncing.
Wow.
So the footage then cuts to Farrah briefly singing the hook to Say My Name. Needless to say, the internet is absolutely obsessed with the old footage and wants to know why the series didn't get the green light to continue.
Because both of these heifers got put out in a group. There are nobodies. There are nobodies for them to go back and forth about who was the best, who was with the better group. Like, both of y'all are not doing nearly as good as Keisha from Power. That was one of the group members from 3LW, right?
Yeah, Natavi, whatever that girl name is.
And then
Nativa, whatever.
We ain't gonna butcher it, and Adrian is on a whole talk show, and where you at? On Pornhub? Baby, you ain't did nothing. And the Destiny Child, like you said, you was only voguing in the background, like what you wasn't.
That's all. When her and Michelle replaced LaToya and Latavia, they literally replaced them like right before they were about to do that video for Say My Name. So LaToya, they still use LaToya and Latavia's voiceovers. So they still got paid for the song. Because they were in the group when the song was recorded. Of course. But they weren't in the video. Wow. So Farrah wasn't even in a group that long because, as you know, eventually they got rid of her and they decided to just go with 3 instead of 4 members. So it's like Keely is coming with the facts, no lies. Keely, you're not a saint because you were the toxic person in your group.
Both. Cheetah Girl. Cheetah Girl and 3L. Like, it was you.
She was the youngest in 3LW, and she was the toxic one. She was the toxic person in the Cheetah Girls when they actually made it a group aside from the Cheetah Girl movies. So it's like, girl, like you have no room to talk about this girl.
Raven kind of like say that's why it wouldn't work.
That's why I think Raven didn't actually get in the actual group because I think she was having issues with Keely. So. Because
you
Raven was a part
on the show, on the movies and stuff. You
can
tell
Raven
was real.
Right, they had their issues, but it seemed like to know that it could have been a possibility that they really had real issues aside from their characters. So that's why Raven most likely didn't actually get into the actual group.
And she wouldn't need the group because she already was her own brand.
I mean, it's not even about that. I'm pretty sure Raven wouldn't have mind actually being in the group. But who want to deal with that when you already know how the person is?
Exactly.
Like, nobody don't want to deal with that.
Exactly. But spill the tea on Jeezy and Jeannie Mai getting engaged over this coronavirus.
So, congratulations are in order for Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, one of the hosts of The Real, who have good news during this quarantine. People can confirm that the two are engaged and have been since March 27th. Jeezy was apparently planning to propose to Jeannie sometime in April during a planned trip to Vietnam, but Miss Rona came through and shut all of those plans down. So he decided to surprise her with a quarantine date night at his home in Los Angeles, where he proceeded to pop the question. Jeannie and Jay were set for a trip to Vietnam this April. What Jeannie didn't know is that Jay was planning to propose. Jeannie's rep tells people instead, Jay decided to bring Vietnam to Jeannie with a surprise quarantine date night in his home filled with Vietnamese food and decor. So Jeannie and Jeezy announced they were an item back in August of 2019, but had been dating since November 2018.
Spill tea.
They walked the red carpet together for Jeezy's nonprofit, and Jeannie Mai says everything just felt right for them.
Everything definitely looks right for them.
We both went through enough in our life to connect on the understanding that love should feel safe, honest, and pure. Jeannie told people, immediately that was a magnetic attraction. We are very attracted to each other's passions to serve. So because we have a mutual joy of having purpose, we're going to find a way to do that together. And congratulations again to Miss
I need to give me an Asian thug now. So we can be them. I need to give me a retired Asian. I need to give me a retired Asian thug so I can do all that. Because that was so cute. That was so cute what he did. Like,
I love it.
Yes. And definitely, like she said what she said, they have been through a lot. Him been through a lot in his own little world, and then her, and you know, she's very open about her nasty divorce with her ex on The Real. And you know, it just, like I said, it warms my heart to see that people are still getting the love. You know, we need more of that. But Waka Flocka, let's talk about this. Waka Flocka claims cheating on his wife Tammy Rivera made her a better person, a better wife. So what's this going on?
So let me get a show of hands for the people who agree with the logic that surviving an affair can make a relationship stronger. What do you think, kids?
Say it again.
Raise your hand if you believe the logic that surviving an affair can make a relationship stronger.
Surviving
an affair can make a relationship stronger.
I don't know.
It's just okay. Well, let's get into it. Well, you're definitely not alone if your hand is raised, given that Waka Flocka said cheating on his wife Tammy Rivera made her better. So he's saying that it made her better rather than making him better. The revelation came up during a couples therapy session on their show, Waka and Tammy, What the Flocka. Waka has a steadfast belief that his cheating had made Tammy a beast, quote unquote. I actually made her meaner. She had no idea what she was up against. It could have made her or broke her. It made her even better than what I thought, told their therapist, Dr. Siri. Tammy wasn't buying any of what Waka was selling. She fired back by saying, "No, you didn't." That's the thing. He thinks he helped me by doing some of the evil and mean things he did to make me meaner. That didn't help. She continued, what that did was add insecurities to me and made me not trust your judgment in certain shit and made me not trust you in certain ways. It didn't help me. You didn't have to do that. Life would have done that. Waka not acknowledged that it sounds like a messed up thing to tell his wife, but he doubled down anyway. It's fucked up to say, hey, cheating made you better, but it actually made Tammy like a beast, he said. Basically, the whole world was looking at her. I don't think nothing is more embarrassing than that. Tammy wasn't having it though. Cheating didn't make me stronger, she said in response to Waka. Beating his ass made me stronger. Period. The couple has not been shy about, about their issues with faithfulness. But it appears they have chosen to continue on, renewing their vows in 2019. So, my thing is, Waka, you sound stupid as fuck to say that. Just like that lady said. In his own way, but that girl said it made her insecure. It made her feel like she wasn't enough. Like,
but I feel like what he's trying to say is, would he see, after all of what happened, he see a different side of her that she can. I always told people, when the only way you look in the mirror and you see yourself, that's the perception you see. But people can also see you from their own point of view. He can tell what's her strongest, what made her, and what is, like he said, that everything that he put her through could have broke her in a sense, but she overcame it because he knew, not saying that he was playing these games to see if she was strong enough, but he now sees how strong she is. And like she said, her beating his ass also contributes to him finally realizing, like, you know what, I'd rather be with her than to be with all of these stars that can't even measure up to what she got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I see what he's saying, but also I don't think I feel what she coming from, what she say as far as it made her insecure. It made her self-worth deplenished because you sought other women. But that made me feel like shit, knowing that you went to somebody else and they gave you possibly what I couldn't give you, because that's what it's making it seem like. You're going to these other people and getting these things. But here's some TD advice for men and women. Like, I've been hearing this a lot, that women don't necessarily understand that men, when they get into these sexual encounters, that it literally legit be about sex. It don't really have to deal with connections. Not saying that definitely is a toxic trait. Let's go add that to the list. But in a sense, like, men can literally just step out to have sex just because they want it. Not saying like, I wanted my, I don't, like, how could I explain this? And if, the real men out there listening and they understand where I'm coming from, like, I understand why a lot of men cheat. Not necessarily like they start out to.
You understand it?
Yeah. I'm starting to understand why men cheat. Because men really, it's like, if we revert ourselves back to who we are originally, right? We are mammals. We're humans. We are like the lions, the gorillas. We have those instincts in us. You know what I'm saying? But we also are the intelligent beings that separate us from the animals, the real animals. You know what I'm saying? So we have the consciousness. We have the consciousness to know right from wrong. And I feel like some men don't understand or know how to revert to that, because they are men. It's time for the migrate, and time for the not migrate, but just like, if you look at it from a lion point of view, it's a mating thing. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily they wanted to have children with this girl. It just so happened to happen. But they just want to get their rocks off and then go on about their life. Some men do. But then some men are playing the field where they enjoy cheating and being with multiple people. But I'm saying I'm starting to understand it, and a lot of women might not understand. I think it has everything to do with the fact that I have way more male friends than female friends, and the female friends I do have around me are very such as myself. So that's why I say I pick my friends. Friendships are relationships too, so I pick my friends very well. And so, shout out to y'all because y'all the real ones. But still, like, I'm starting to understand it. Like I said, I have a lot of male friends, and some of them have those traits, some of them don't. But I'm starting to see why they do it and go back to normal lives. It's like I said in the beginning, it's kind of like a toxic fetish if you look at it. You know what I'm saying?
It is toxic too. You're going to have sexual encounters with people outside of your marriage. Like I just don't understand it. Like there is no logic behind that. You are just a download doggish ass person if you are going to live a life. Two different lives, because that's basically what you're doing. You're making it seem like it's all good with your wife and your children on this side, but then you going out here and you fucking other people. Like, there's no logic behind that. Like, that's fucked up. Like, there's nothing to understand about that. Like, my thing is just be single. Don't do stuff like that.
Don't mingle and break people down and tell them.
Right. You are breaking this person down. Oh, I did that to make you stronger. Man, get the fuck out of here.
That ain't gonna make me stronger. If anything, it's gonna make me kill you. Like I said.
Exactly. Nigga, I'm about to kill you. I'm about to...
If D.Jon advice don't work first, use TD Kiss advice.
Baby, at this point, I'm with TD Kiss point. Advice at this point, like, no, that don't make you stronger. That just make me want to put hands on you, make me want to.
Oh, woman bludgeon her husband to death. This is why they have a whole TV show of Snapped. You know what I'm saying?
Some people snap because you won't go out here and act like you damn single.
But and ready to mingle. Moving along. Ari Lenox has an uplifting message for Black women and talks about the advantage of wearing wigs. So
my lovely sister Ari Lenox, who I absolutely adore.
Yes, shout out to her.
I love her so much. Her energy is just
raw.
Oh,
it's just natural. Amazing. It's just positive.
I love her.
Queen.
And you could tell that she's not like it just come off natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just love that.
Like she's not faking it. Like this is really her. Definitely.
So if anyone has seen Ari Lenox on Instagram Live, then you're pretty aware that she is definitely entertaining to watch. Whether she's flexing her amazing vocals or just joking around with her fans, her lives are lit. This is why recently when she tried to apply a lace front wig to her head, it was no surprise she shared the process with fans and even took some pointers from them. As we previously reported, Snoop Dogg stepped into the shade room and commented on Ari Lenox's hair and said, "Grow your own hair. What happened to those days?" She then clapped back at him by posting a photo of her dressed as his character Todd, which in his white alter ego. Ari then said, "Uncle, I just thought we had an understanding." Ari then went on Instagram Live again to deny a claim she had bag snooped earlier this year. She asked those who made that claim to show her the video. Then she went on to say that they couldn't because the video doesn't exist. She then went on to share some uplifting words for Black women. She said, "Black women are the shit. We're fucking amazing.
Period.
Gorgeous.
Period.
And I think it's amazing the versatility that we possesses, and I think it's pretty telling because there's so many cultures and it's just different ethnicities that are inspired by us." She continues to speak about the reasons why women decide to wear wigs. Some of those reasons being because they serve as a protective hairstyle or simply because some women suffer from alopecia, or they are battling cancer, or they're just having a hard time growing their hair. So hair, to me, wigs and extensions and things like that, that's just like makeup. You use that stuff to enhance your beauty. Like I see no wrong
It's
in
just
it.
like
I'm just sick of Snoop Dogg.
But it's just
girl.
like
he always got something to say.
But it's like it's just in the same sense. Like, don't you have a wife that don't you have a wife that probably wore weaves and shit like that? You have a daughter that wore weaves and shit. Like, come on. I hate when people always make
everybody can't be like you that could grow damn locks for damn years.
In 2 months. Because it's like Hintel with Shaw one episode. I saw him on a documentary and then Nas down his back. Like,
girl, while you playing, that might be extensions. He talking about some damn body. Yeah.
I want to say this. Like, people criticize people, but let people be who they are. Let people wear what they want to wear. Like, nobody told him it was unmasculine to get his hair flat iron and curl, because back then they was doing it, but now...
Right. Baby Snoop had a roller set in his head and everything.
It's like a contradiction, because back then all the men will flat iron their hair and look like pimps, but now everybody was up Young Jock's back for even having his hair laid and slayed to the side. Like like that wasn't something that men did back in the day. Even the Honorable Malcolm X had a perm. We all saw that. So it's like, what happened to real hair? Like, stop it. You know that some, especially women with natural hair, as you can clearly see Ari has, you have to have protective hairstyles, or your shit will break off and it would not be healthy.
Right.
Unlike we said, Snoop has a team of people with, he the one who got on silk scarves to protect his locks and his nice lock in his jewelry.
Right.
And you got somebody taming your hair. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. I am one with locks. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It's not hard to tame. Keep these up, but they're locks. They're meant to be messy and kinky and stuff like that. And you might have a lock that might start doing like Lil Wayne. Don't ever think that can't happen, because obviously it happened to the Honorable Stevie Wonder. Like, he gotta wear skull caps. Like, come on. We can't give it to him like that. No, like that. We can't always be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her live. Let her wear weave and her wigs and shit, and empower them. Because one thing about it, we already getting heat for wearing our natural hair. We can't wear our natural hair. So when we put the weaves on and the wigs, now we can't wear that.
Heat for wearing the wig.
When it's like, and I'm going to say it like this, because we talk about black and white, and I got to talk to my community. Our community is the harshest on ourselves. And how are we going to be harsh? Like, with all of the stuff that we've been through as African Americans, black, whatever you want to call yourself, after everything that we done been through, we been ridiculed about being black. How are you going to talk to your own people and say what happened to the real hair when you know people don't even accept people for wearing their real hair? So it's like a cultural thing, that people are dealing with. So I think like people need to just mind the business that pay them. Like, stop getting other people's comments and yin yang and all that, But Tank shares the backstory of TGT's viral television performance from 2013. I gotta hear about this because I wasn't really paying attention to that group back in the day, but I do remember the time where it was trying to say like Genuine was on coke during the episode, like a performance or something, and he had a really weird performance or something. But D.Jon, take me.
So, with many people stuck inside of their homes, they have been turning to social media for entertainment as time goes by. Many celebrities have also been inside and on social media, and they've been issuing using their platforms to entertain their fans as well. Some celebrities have been taken to social media to tell some never before heard stories as they show their fans another side of them. Recently, Tank took to social media to share a story from his TGTG
You about to say TGI Friday,
with
yeah.
Tariq and no, I don't know what the hell I'm about to say. With Tyrese and Genuine. Back in 2013, the group released their album, Three Kings. During that time, they performed on WLNY's The Couch, and let's just say the performance was a viral moment. In good fun, Tink looked back on the moment and to tell fans what happened leading up to that performance and why certain parts of that performance will always be memorable. He said when it was time to promote the project, Tyrese had the idea to perform on the morning show The Couch and pitched that they should sing their song I Need. Tink said at that moment they didn't know the song all too well because they hadn't sung the song since they recorded it in the studio. However, once the group vote was over, it was settled they were going to sing that particular song. Tink and Tyrese had taken a red-eye flight to New York, while Genuine had driven up to New York. The following morning, Genuine expressed how tired he was because he didn't get any sleep traveling to New York the night before. Tyrese gave Genuine a 5-hour energy boost shot and they went up to perform the song on live television. Between not being too familiar with the song at the moment and Genuine functioning off the energy shot, TGT ended up having a very memorable performance. So if you guys want, you can check out Tink telling the story on his
and definitely
Instagram live.
that was
is a story or something.
That definitely was one of 2013's memorable memes. But I'm a vouch for Genuine. Them energy drinks really be having you feel like you didn't sniff some cocaine, because one time I ain't gonna lie, I was tired and I like Monster, but I don't like to drink Monster all the time. But I noticed that I didn't really eat nothing and I was tired. So I just drank the energy drink because I'm like, it's gonna at least keep me up till I gotta get home. Baby, when I was in class, I felt the rush, okay? I felt like I was on crack. All that sugar that they have in those energy drinks will really be having you shake like you was Genuine in 2013 on that stage. I'm telling you.
That's why I don't take that stuff.
Especially 5-hour energy.
I don't like them.
That is supposed to keep you up. That's why you're jittery.
Yeah, you be jittery because that stuff it be about to come down.
You be twitching and shit.
Off that high.
But oh my God, that was definitely one of the most memorable moments of 2013. It was the Kicks one. Like I said, they was trying to say your boy was on crack and all that. They didn't care. But oh my God, O.J. Simpson. I don't know why he just can't stay out of shit. But O.J. Simpson watched Tiger King and has some thoughts on the disappearance of Carol. Is that Carol Baskin's husband?
Yes.
So
O.J. Simpson is like the rest of us.
He would know what happened to somebody
Netflix
that got killed. Shut up, O.J. Go ahead, D.Jon.
O.J. Simpson is like the rest of us, turning to Netflix and other streaming services to keep himself entertained during the time of the quarantine. He shared that he finally got around to watching Netflix Tiger King after several of his friends suggested he watch the documentary series, and he's got a few opinions about the show. Well, Caroline Baskin in particular. I've had so many people on my case ask me to watch some show called Tiger King. Well, yesterday I watched this show, and oh my God, is America in this bad shape? Well, in this bad of shape. OJ told his audience about his reaction to the popular show. I watched about 6 episodes of this show, and I could not believe that I was looking at. OJ then moved on to address the stars of the show. White people, what's with you and wild animals? Leave them animals alone, OJ continued. The show is crazy, but it's so crazy, you kind of keep watching it. That's what a lot of shows that we watch. But perhaps it was OJ's thoughts on the disappearance of Caroline Baskin's husband that has people talking. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, Big Cat Rescue owner Caroline Baskin, who is the real-life rival of the show star, Joe Exotic, was accused of having something to do with her ex-husband Don Lewis' disappearance in the series. While Don was never found, his family and others close to him believe Caroline has something to do. Answers, and others, including Joe Exotic himself, alleged that she killed him. Florida authorities have been reopened Don Lewis case following the success of the series. Now OJ, who many believe got away with the murder himself, suggested that Caroline fed her husband to her tigers. There's not a shred of doubt in my mind that that lady's husband is tiger food right now. OJ says in the reference to Caroline, I'm just saying. So
criminal justice, I am.
I think he's just making assumptions like, everybody else does. It's just like an opinion.
This document,
I don't necessarily, but I mean, yeah, it does look bad when, he's, saying these things when he's already, had his shit, in the past. But
it's like, come on. Stop commentary. Shut up. Get off of Twitter.
But that man just wanted to give his commentary because he was watching the show like everybody else.
Keeping it real with OJ.
But that's what makes it different.
It don't, but I'm just saying, do a podcast so that way I can't hear it. But I don't wanna, I can't stand the juice. I hate orange juice because of him right now. But before we get out of here, and we got some world news.
Of course, you had to add something in here about this damn vaccine stuff.
But I don't want you to get too much into it if you can read a little bit about it. But World Health Organization slams idea to test vaccine in Africa. The reason why I added this is because our people often in history have been guinea pigs to this type things.
To this, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the entire thing. I'm gonna read it.
And this is coming from the Messy Shade.
The World Health, yes. Even though this is not tea.
This is from the Messy Shade News.
So, there you go. The World Health Organization, or WHO for short, is speaking out against the suggestion to test COVID-19 vaccines in Africa. WHO officials felt compelled to denounce the idea as quote-unquote racist.
It definitely
This comes after 2 top French doctors discussed testing a trial for a coronavirus vaccine on poor Africans, quote-unquote. One of the doctors later issued an apology. Africa can't and won't be a testing ground for any vaccine, said WHO's Director General, Dr. Tedros.
Don't even butcher
it. We don't know something. I ain't about to do it. Director General, according to the BBC.
You gotta say it like that in your British voice.
No, I'm not saying it like that. The director's remarks during that TV debate sparked global outrage as they were accused of racism and colonism. The clip also spawned the hashtag Pound Africans Aren't Lab Rats, which trended on social media over the weekend. So, when asked about the French doctor's suggestion during WHO's coronavirus briefing, Dr. General became visibly angry and referred to it as a hangover from the colony mentality. It was a disgrace, appalling to hear during the 21st century to hear from scientists that kind of remark. We condemn this in the strongest terms possible, and we assure you that this will not happen, he said. If I can be provocative, Maria said in the clip, shouldn't we do this study in Africa where there are no masks, no treatment, no intensive care, a bit like we did in some studies on AIDS. We tried things on prostitutes because they are highly exposed and do not protect themselves. Now that WHO has denounced testing in Africa, it's unclear where and how quickly these trials will be tested for possible production and distribution. We'll keep you posted on any coronavirus-related updates.
That is fucked up to even say some shit like that. Do they know what happened with the whole syphilis thing? How they was injecting black folks with syphilis? Like, don't play with us like that. Don't play with the people like that.
Even with that, even like you say with the AIDS epidemic as well, like they tested, prostitutes in Africa because they didn't protect themselves.
Spreaded that shit all through Africa now. You know what I'm saying? Now Africa, well, not anymore because they don't be doing commercials like that no more. Like America then got out of hand,
right? Because it's. Yeah, because it spread it, it spread it like wildfire. You got to think about it. In the late 80s, 90s, like there was this new virus that nobody knew about. People were just dropping like flies, kind of like COVID-19, just
so why would
dropping at the dime. Like they will find out,
right?
And then later they were dead.
Trials out on people. Like they got a whole animal that just got it.
Right,
Go test it on the animal.
When you didn't already saw how this, the backlash from y'all doing
for
it
Peter
one
be
time
coming
before.
at me.
Yeah, don't do that because they have people that.
No, I'm saying they have a tiger that tested for COVID. If anything, tested on somebody who really ain't, got, it's a tiger, so it's like. He in the zoo anyway, so it's like try to see if it'll cure that tiger than to fucking damn near kill a human. Like,
so this is my thing. Why don't they test it on? No, why don't they test it on people that are, I guess that tested positive for that would make sense.
Right, right. I see that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Because.
I think that would make more sense to test it on,
because if you do, it's like they're already on the verge of, some people are already on the verge of dying. So if you try it and see if it kind of enhances or at least try to subside them so they can get well again, then yeah, but not go all the way to Africa where they ain't really got that many cases. Africa is one of the few countries that haven't been talked about having COVID-19 cases like everywhere else. So why would you go over there? You're going over there to give them people that, and now you just spread. Like, don't go to the motherland.
Right.
Don't play with the motherland. Like, don't do it because y'all already did with the syphilis back in the day. You did with AIDS back in the day. Don't play with them people out there. With this illness, it's bad enough that we dying from it, but then you're gonna go over there and expose other people that ain't really been exposed to it. Like, stop. That's very selfish just because
That's
you want to cure
selfish.
destiny. I say, expose yourself if you want to be a scientist. Expose yourself like back in the day what scientists used to do. They used to expose themselves to certain shit and then see if it worked on them. And if they died, they just died. You a scientist.
Right.
And on yourself. And if you don't die, then we could say. But if you die, bitch, the cure wasn't going to work anyway. But I wanted to leave y'all with a little bit of happy news about this coronavirus because corona just been really so much 12
hours later.
But like,
fuck. After me reading
a few hours later.
I'm telling you, next time if we do these many, we splitting them up, and you're gonna do some of them.
No, you don't have to read this one.
Me sitting there
but
reading all this
I added it because it was funny. No, it was funny.
No, I'm reading.
An Indian couple named their newborn twins Corona and COVID in hopes to put some positivity in the world. And I think that was just.
Ain't no damn.
That's why I said you don't have to read it. I added it because I just thought it was funny.
No. I meant what I was trying to say was ain't no way I would.
Now they gonna be growing up.
Corona and COVID.
Your name Corona, bitch. You can't. Now these children could possibly be getting bullied now. You killed my grandma.
Bullied
you know,
for
kids
that.
don't know. Now you didn't. The Indians got to fight because they named COVID and Corona. But you know what? I'm just waiting for a Corona Nisha to come out and COVID with the CO with the hyphen vid. Like that's what I want to see. Let me go hurry up and have the kids so I can name it Cole Vid. They're gonna be like, his name is Kavan. Like.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I'm naming my son Kovad.
Yo,
Kovad.
You know it's coming.
I can't wait. Come on,
Keisha,
don't let us down. We need a Kovad. Okay, we need a Coronanisha. Okay, somebody. Let's make these names a trending topic. But I enjoyed this show. It was filled with tea. It was all over.
It was very interesting.
We had a lot of interruptions giving y'all this fabulous show. So I hope you enjoy it. But,
broadcast.
Please do.
Please.
Just to give y'all
enjoy it because we went through a lot.
Anchor was not our best friend today, but shout out to them for allowing us to give y'all this wonderful episode. Shout out to Rizzo 900 for the dope songs and keep sending that fire. You want to be a feature artist, you know what you got to do. You got to either follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Yo What's the Word and Facebook at Yo What's the Word. And in the link in our bio, there is an featured artist submission page. Now, I noticed that a lot of artists been sending us featured artists and music submissions, but they've been sending music submissions as featured artists. So, if you want to submit just your music, there's a link for that. But the featured artist submission is the whole spread. You get an Instagram write-up about yourself. We go and give you your Vogue moment. We give you your flowers while you're here. So in the featured artist spot, you fill out the information, tell us about yourself, send us some videos, some pictures, some everything about yourself. And we do a nice, dope Instagram slideshow magazine. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want to feature yourself on the show, submit it to the music link, and you don't have to do all of the questionnaire and stuff like that. So the link is in the bio, or you can hit us up at Yo What's the Word at Yo What's the Word 504 at gmail.com. And of course, if you just want to follow us separately, you can follow me at Kiss Calhoun. Everything, you know me. But Mr. D.Jon might be at _ D003.
No, just follow me on Instagram _D.Jon or Twitter at __D.Jon. That's it. No H is ends
So,
instead of H.
as
That's
always,
it.
keep on supporting us. Keep on enjoying what's the word? Because we give y'all the word, the tea, the advice, the everything. You know what I'm saying? To the listeners, shout out to our fans. Shout out to Cybers at LL, where you been. You already know for the theme song. And without further ado, we out.